हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स माइंड में आपका स्वागत है और अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। 16th India Singapore Defense Working Group meeting held in Singapore. The 16th India Singapore Defense Working Group meeting took place in Singapore on September 4, 2025. It was co-chaired by Joint Secretary, International Cooperation, Ministry of Defense, India Shri Amitabh Prasad, and Director, Policy Office, Ministry of Defense, Singapore, Colonel Duxon Yap. The deliberations were guided by the latest joint statement on the roadmap for the comprehensive strategic partnership between India and Singapore issued after the meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Singaporean counterpart Mr. Lawrence Wong in New Delhi. As 2025 marks 60 years of establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Singapore, both co-chairs agreed to further step up defense cooperation. The meeting assumes significance in the backdrop of India's Act East policy, in each Singapore has played a key role in promoting economic cooperation and cultural ties, and developing strategic connectivity with countries. Honorable Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs launches Agni Car 2025 campaign under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0. Shri Manohar Lal, Honorable Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs, launched Agni Car 2025, a last mile outreach campaign under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0 PMAYU 2.0 in New Delhi on 4th September 2025. Agnikar 2025 is an outreach campaign that will accelerate the implementation of PMAY U 2.0 by creating widespread awareness about the scheme across the country. The campaign is also designed to fast-track verification of applications under the scheme and expedite the completion of already sectioned houses under PMAYU. Another key objective of Agnikar 2025 is to inform stakeholders about the Credit Risk Guarantee Fund Trust for Low Income Housing CRGFTLIH scheme. Additionally, benefits of the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana will be provided to beneficiaries of PMAYU, and housing needs of beneficiaries from special focus group identified under PMAYU 2.0 will be prioritized. Under PMAYU, 120 lakh houses have been sanctioned, out of which 94.11 lakh Pusa houses have been already completed and delivered to beneficiaries. Agnikar 2025 will run for a period of 2 months from 4th September 2025 to 31st October 2025 across 50,000 plus urban local bodies (ULBS) in the country. Widespread door-to-door awareness will be created across the country and by other outreach mediums and community mobilization. Next one is Union Minister Shri Manohar Lal launches Unified RERA portal at fifth meeting of Central Advisory Council. The fifth meeting of the Central Advisory Council (CACA) constituted under the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016 (RERA) was held at Sankalp Bhavan, KG Marg, New Delhi. On the occasion, Union Minister Shri Manohar Lal launched the unified RERA portal rera.mohua.government.in, providing a common platform for stakeholders, enhancing transparency and enabling sharing. Key discussions during the meeting: the members have appreciated the remarkable progress of RERA across states and UTs in last 8 years. 35 states or UTs have established real estate regulatory authorities. 29 states or UTs have set up appellate tribunals, while 27 have appointed adjudicating officers. 1,51,113 projects and 1,06,545 agents are registered under RERA. 1,47,013 383 complaints have been disposed by real estate regulatory authorities nationwide. The council discussed on the issue of legacy, stealth projects and implementations of report of the committee chaired by Shri Amitabh Kant, G20 Sherpa. The council observed that under Council observed that Uttar Pradesh has implemented the recommendations. These recommendations are required to be taken forward by other states as well, wherein projects are stalled. The Council has recommended Standard Operating Progress Process (SOP) to ensure the effective functioning of real estate regulatory authorities, strengthen RERA for enforcement of orders, along with detailed framework to get stalled projects completed. Council suggested to take suitable measures to ensure effective implementation of RERA orders and to curb the misleading advertisements. The council considered concerns on delay in project registration, approvals from local authorities, withdrawal from RERA accounts after project completion, and filing of quarterly progress reports (QPRs) by promoters. The council emphasized steps to be taken to bring about uniformity in RERA implementation, faster registration, compliance of orders, and clarity in definitions. Council advised to study and ensure that rules, regulations made under the Act are in consonance with Parent Act. For this purpose, at central level, a committee should be constituted in MOHUA with representative of all stakeholders to drive reforms in RERA framework. The Council recommended that, considering the 8 years of journey RERA, there is need to focus on next generation reforms in RERA. UPI transaction limit increased to Rs 5 lakh to three types of payments. The National Payments Corporation of India (NPCI) has raised transaction ceiling on the UPI for use in capital market and other merchant categories, widening the platform's uses for from small value transfers to higher value commerce. Peer-to-peer transfers remain capped at 1 lakh, but payments to merchants now carry far higher limits. For capital markets, insurers, government e-marketplace deposits, travel, credit card bills, and collection, the ceiling has risen fivefold to Rs 5 lakh per payment, with daily caps of Rs 10 lakh to 6 lakh for credit cards. Member apps and PSPs must ensure compliance with the same by 15 September 2025, NPCI said. UPI transaction limits increased to Rs 5 lakh from 15 September. Capital market 5 lakh to 10 lakh, insurance 5 lakh to 10 lakh, government e-marketplace EMD 5 lakh to 10 lakh, travel 5 lakh to 10 lakh, credit card bill payments 5 lakh to 6 lakhs, collections 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, business merchant including pre-approved payments 5 lakh to nil, jewelry 2 lakh to 6 lakh, FX retail use case with BPS platform 5 lakh to 5 lakh, digital account opening for term deposits 5 lakh to 5 lakh, digital account operating initial funding 2 lakh. Next is Nippon India CEO Sandeep Shikha elected AMFI's new chairman. Bandhan AMC Vishal Kapoor is vice chairman. Nippon Life India Asset Management Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer Sandeep Sikka has been elected as chairman, while Vishal Kapoor, CEO of Bandhan Asset Management, has been elected as vice chairman following AMFI's 30th annual general meeting. Sandeep Sikka served as chairman of AMFI from 2013 to 2015 and has been on the AMFI board since 2009. Vishal Kapoor has been serving as chairman of the IRN committee since 2020 and has been on the AMFI board. The new leadership takes charge at a critical juncture for India's mutual fund industry, which has crossed 75 lakh crore rupees in assets under management AUM and serves over 5.6 crore investors nationwide. About AMFI, Association of Mutual Fund in India. AMFI is a non-profit industry body of the asset management companies AMCs of all mutual funds in India that are registered with Securities and Exchange Board in India (SEBI). AMFI was incorporated on August 22, 1995 under Section 25 of the Companies Act 1956, corresponding Section 8 of the New Companies Act 2013 has non-profit organization. AMFI is dedicated to developing the Indian mutual fund industry on professional, healthy and ethical lines and to enhance and maintain standards in all areas in the best interest of investors and other stakeholders. AMFI has evolved an effective approach for introducing best practices using collective knowledge and expertise of members on various subjects pertaining to the mutual fund industry by setting up various standing committees, namely Financial Literacy Committee, Operations and Compliance Committee, Risk Committee, Committee on Certified Distributors, ARN Committee, Equity CIOs Committee, Valuation Committee, compromising comprising Fixed Income (CIO) and ETF Committee. AMFI is a member of the International Investment Funds Association (IIFA), a federation of national investment fund associations of various countries around the world. The current IIFA membership comprise 38 national associations and 2 regional associations. As per SEBI mutual fund regulations, all mutual fund agents (distributors) need to be registered with AMFI and obtain AMFI registration number (ARN). They also must abide by the AMFI Code of Conduct for Mutual Fund Distributors. Bhupendra Gupta takes charge as CMD of NHPC. Bhupendra Gupta has taken charge as the Chairman and Managing Director of NHPC Limited, India's largest hydropower company and a Navratna Central Sector Enterprises. Gupta assumed charge on September 4 at NHPC's corporate office in Faridabad. Prior to this, he was serving as Director Technical at THDC India Limited and holds the additional charge of CMD SJVN Limited. About NHPC. NHPC Limited is the largest hydropower development organization in India with capabilities to undertake all the activities from conceptualization to commissioning of hydro projects. NHPC has also diversified in the field of solar and wind energy development, etc. NHPC Limited, formerly known as National Hydroelectric Power Corporation Limited, was incorporated in 1975 under Companies Act 1956. The company's mandate to plan, promote and organize an integrated and efficient development of power in all its aspects through conventional and non-conventional sources in India and abroad. NHPC is a listed company on NSE and BSE after successfully concluding its IPO in 2009. NHPC standalone has an authorized share capital of 17,500 crores, paid up share capital of 10,045.03 crores, and an investment assets of 9,1,013.34 crore has on 30/6/2025. Installed capacity as on 1 July 2025, NHPC's total installed capacity is 8,247.18 MW, including 1,681.70 MW in joint venture, comprising 7,771.20 MW from 23 hydropower stations, 425.98 MW from 5 solar power projects, and 50 MW from a wind power project. NHPC's hydro share of 7,771.20 MW is approximately 16.21% of the country's total installed hydropower capacity of 47,928.16 MW. Critical minerals for India. Cabinet approves 1,500 crore incentive scheme to promote critical mineral recycling in the country. The Union Cabinet, chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, approved rupees 1,500 crore incentive scheme to develop recycling capacity in the country for the separation and production of critical minerals from secondary sources. This scheme is part of the National Critical Mineral Mission (NCMM), which is aimed at building the domestic capacity of critical minerals. The scheme will have a tenure of 6 years from fiscal year 2025-26 to fiscal year 2030 to 31. Eligible feedstock is e-waste, lithium-ion battery, LIB scrap, and scrap other than e-waste and LIB scrap, example catalytic converters in end-of-life vehicles. Expected beneficiaries will be both large, established recyclers as well as small, new recyclers, including startups. In order to ensure greater number of beneficiaries, total incentive (capex plus opex subsidy) per entity will be subject to an overall ceiling of rupees 50 crore for large entities and rupees 25 crore for small entities, within which there will be a ceiling for opex subsidy of rupees 10 crore and 5 crore respectively. More about the scheme. The incentives under the scheme will comprise 20% capex subsidy on plant and machinery, equipment and associated utilities for starting production within a specified time frame, beyond which reduced subsidy applicable, and OPEX subsidy, which will an incentive on incremental sales over the base year fiscal year 2025-26, with 40% of eligible OPEX subsidy in the second year and a balance 60% in the fifth year from fiscal year 2026-27 to fiscal year 2030 to 31 on achievement of specified threshold incremental sales. The scheme will provide incentive for the recycling value chain, which is involved in actual extraction of critical minerals and not the value chain involved in only black mass production. In terms of key outcomes, the scheme incentives are expected to develop at least 270 kiloton of annual recycling capacity, resulting in around 40 kiloton annual critical mineral production, bringing in about 8,000 crore rupees of investment and creating close to 70,000 direct and indirect jobs. Israel MOD and IAI successfully launched OFEC-19 satellite, entering its orbit in space. The Directorate of Defense Research and Development (DDR&D) Space Program Office in the Israel Ministry of Defense (IMOD), the IDF, and Israel Aerospace Industries (IAI) successfully launched the OFEC-19 satellite September 2, 2025 at 22:30 IST. The launch was carried out from an undisclosed test site by a three-phased Shavit launcher. OFEC-19 satellite was developed drawing on experience accumulated by the defense establishment, and IAI is developing the advanced OFEC observation satellites which have been launched to space since 1988. अब आ जाते हैं क्रिसल. CRISIL maintains India's fiscal 26 GDP forecast at 6.5% private consumption to steer growth. CRISIL has maintained India's GDP growth forecast for the current fiscal year 2025-26 at 6.5%, even as it sees downside risk emanating from the US tariffs. In 2024-25, the Indian economy grew by 6.5% in real terms. India's real GDP is estimated to have grown by 7.8% in the April-June quarter of the financial year 2025-26, surpassing the 6.5% growth rate in the same quarter of the previous fiscal, according to official data released on Friday. India's nominal GDP grew at an annual rate of 8.8% during the April-June quarter. Though government has maintained the GDP forecast at 6.3 to 6.8% for 2025-26, even as US tariff uncertainty looms, affirming confidence in the country's robust domestic consumption. In Crisil's view, private consumption is poised to be the primary driver of India's GDP growth in 2025-26. RBI's 32 meeting of the FSDC subcommittee. A meeting of the subcommittee of the Financial Stability and Development Council (FSDC-SC) was held at the Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai. Shri Sanjay Malhotra, Governor, Reserve Bank of India, chaired the meeting. The subcommittee discussed major global and domestic macroeconomic and financial sector developments and various issues that may have financial stability implication. The subcommittee reviewed the progress in several inter-regulatory matters, including simplification of KYC process and special drives for financial inclusion. It also deliberated upon the NSFI 2025-30. The subcommittee also reviewed the functioning of state-level coordination committees (SLCCs) in state and union territories and activities of various technical groups. The FSDCHC reaffirmed its commitment to continue its focus on improving financial sector resilience through inter-regulatory coordination. SEBI issues new rules to surrender KRA registration to protect investor records. SEBI has issued a circular to streamline the surrender process for Know Your Client (KYC) registration agencies (KRAs). The regulation applies to both voluntary exits (example strategic business decisions) and involuntary exits (example financial distress or regulatory enforcement) to ensure an orderly wind down while protecting investor interests. KRAs surrendering their registration must transfer all investor KYC records, including updates, modifications, and audit trails, to another SEBI-registered KRA. This ensures investors need not redo their KYC and experience no service disruption. Each KRA is required to have a board-approved standard operating procedure outlining how to manage the winding down process. For voluntary exits, KRAs must issue public notices, notify intermediaries, and allow time for integration transitions. In voluntary exits, SEBI may appoint a temporary administrator, nominate a new KRA to take over, or even override the prescribed timelines to minimize disruption and preserve market stability. Throughout the wind down process, KRAs must remain fully compliant with SEBI regulations, the Prevention of Money Laundering (PMLA) framework, and other applicable laws. SEBI mandates specific deadlines for key steps in process. Step timeline after board approval. Inform SEBI within 7 days. Notify stakeholders within 14 days. Complete data migration and system deactivation within 60 days. Conduct audit and closure within 75 days. Submit compliance report to SEBI within 90 days. NASA announced CHAPEA crew for year-long Mars mission simulation. NASA has unveiled the crew for its second year-long Mars mission simulation conducted under the Crew Health and Performance Exploration Analog CHAPEA program. क्या नाम है? Crew Health Performance Exploration Analog Program. 4 volunteers: Ross Elder, Alan Ellis, Matthew Montgomery, and James Spicer, are set to enter the simulated Mars habitat on October 19, spending 378 days inside before concluding the mission on October 31, 2026. The mission will take place within a 1,700 square foot 3D printed habitat known as Mars Dune Alpha, located at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. The habitat realistically simulates life on Mars, placing crew under resource limitations, equipment failures, communications delays, environmental stressors, and isolation. This is the second of three planned CHAPEA mission. The inaugural mission concluded successfully in July 2024 and offered vital insights into human health and performance in isolation. Objectives of the mission: test operational, psychological, and physical resilience in a realistic Mars environment to inform future deep space missions. CHAPEA-2, October 19, 2025, end date October 31, 2026. Crew members रॉस एल्डर, एलन, एलिस और मैथ्यू। और इसी के साथ करंट अफेयर्स हो जाती है समाप्त।